Hi everyone, and welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to be making strawberry and cream cupcakes. There's a lot of steps to it. Don't be intimidated. I'm going to walk you through the whole thing, but the end result is so worth it. I'm going to give these out for Valentine's Day. So let's get started. In a mixing bowl, you're going to need 6 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter. And 3/4 cups of sugar. Now, we're going to mix this until it's light and fluffy. Do not worry about overmixing it. The more you mix it, the better it becomes. So when you think it's done, mix it for a little bit longer. And don't forget to plug in your equipment. It works better that way. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to cream this for a while. And while that's creaming, I'm going to get my other ingredients together. In a bowl, you're going to put 1 1/4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to whisk that together. You're going to get 3 large egg whites at room temperature. Now, if your eggs aren't at room temperature, all you have to do is put your eggs in some warm water in a bowl, let them sit for a couple of minutes, and they'll become the temp you need them, okay? You're also going to need 6 tablespoons of milk and 2 tablespoons of water, and then we'll get to the sour cream and the vanilla after this beats for a while. And make sure you're constantly scraping down your bowl and the bottom of your bowl throughout this whole recipe, okay? It's very important. Now I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of sour cream. And we're going to mix this until it's well combined. Scraping down my bowl. Make sure you scrape your beater. Mix it just a little bit more. Alright, now we're going to add our egg whites in 2 batches. Mix that in really well. Start slow so it doesn't go all over because it's very liquidy. And now I'm going to add my last. Make sure you have your oven preheating to 350 degrees and you have your cupcake pans ready to go with the liners in them. Just going to mix this a second more. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add half of your flour. Start out slow so it doesn't go all over. Mix that in really well. Now add your milk and your water. Start out slow. Mix that really well. Okay. Mix that just a little bit more. And now we're going to add the rest of our flour. Give that one more good stir around. Right now I have my cupcakes with the liners in them. And we're going to fill these halfway full. Okay. Okay. Okay, now let me just give this one a stir around. Get it all on the bottom. Okay, now we're going to fill these halfway full. I'm just using a cookie scoop that I have. I'm not filling the cookie scoop all the way full. This batter is fantastic. The main thing is make sure you cream it with the sugar and the butter really well. Makes a big difference in your cupcake when it's finished. Now I'm just going to tap this down a little bit. Need a little bit more in this first one. I'm just going to kind of flatten those down. Alright, now we're going to bake these for 15 to 17 minutes or until a toothpick comes out with very little crumb on them. Once your cupcakes come out of the oven, let them sit in the pan for about 10 minutes and then take them out and let them cool 100%. This is what they look like. They are so soft, you guys. So now let's move on to our filling while those are cooling. In a mixing bowl, you're going to need a half a cup of heavy cream. And you're going to use your whisk attachment this time. Okay. And a quarter cup of powdered sugar. And a half teaspoon of vanilla. And you're going to mix this until soft peaks start. Once you get your soft peaks, you're going to add 3 ounces of softened cream cheese. And you're going to mix that until stiff peaks. Once you get stiff peaks, I didn't get the stiffest peak I wanted, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this frosting and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator just for a little bit. Now don't get it so cold that you can't pipe it through a piping bag, okay? Or a, I guess you call them a frosting bag. So now you're going to add a half a cup of fresh chopped strawberries. Make sure you wash them and dry them really well. The less moisture you have on this, the better. Now I'm just going to fold those in. It's very warm here today, even though it's winter, and I think my kitchen's just really warm. So it's not going to matter. It's going to taste delicious any way you do it. Alright, now I'm going to put this in my refrigerator. You don't have to if yours is stiff enough. And I'm going to let this kind of firm up for a little bit. Now let's move on to our next step. In a mixing bowl, you're going to need 2 cups of unsalted butter softened. And we're gonna mix this until it's nice and creamy, so you know there's no lumps in it, okay? Till smooth. Then in another bowl, you're gonna need 4 cups of powdered sugar in a measuring cup, whatever. You're gonna need 3 to 4 tablespoons of milk, a pinch of salt, and you're going to need 1 cup of these freeze-dried strawberries. Now, I looked it up online while I was in the grocery store, and they said one of these pulverized makes 1 cup. Not true. You're going to need 4 of these. I had 3. I'm about a quarter of a cup short. I'm just going to roll with it today because I'm not running out to the store. These are 1 ounce. I put them in my food processor, and you want them like powder, okay? Now that our butter's ready, we're going to add half of the powdered sugar. This is our frosting, by the way, if I didn't tell you. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. And then I'm going to mix this till it's well combined. Just start slow so don't go all over the kitchen. I'm going to keep mixing till it's smooth. Make sure it's smooth, because you always want your frosting to be smooth. Because we're going to also pipe that onto the cupcake to make it look nice. I am just kind of winging it today because I cannot find my big tip for the frosting. So I have a new tip here. I'm going to try. We'll see how it works. I'm not concerned because this is just for the family. But if you are concerned, I always use the large Wilton Star tip. And now we're going to make sure this gets really smooth. Okay. Now I'm going to add 3 to 4 tablespoons of milk. I'm going to do just a little bit at a time. I have 4 tablespoons in here. We don't want it like sloppy wet. And I know this is a lot to do. As you go along, in between each step, do your dishes. That way, at the end, you don't have much to do. You just want to make this, you just want to add enough milk just to make this easy to frost your cupcakes. See, mine's really, really thick and tough right now. I want it a little bit softer. Mix that just for a second. Now it's starting to get fluffy. I'm just going to add all 4 of mine and check it out from there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to let it go one more time after I scrape. Make sure that I don't need any more. It's a little tough on the bottom, but we'll see. Now if you're allergic to milk, you can substitute water for the milk in this recipe. It just won't be as creamy, but it'll be fine. I know a lot of people out there can't do milk. Alright, let me see one more time. I think I'm going to add just a tinge more milk to mine, because mine is really, really stiff, and I don't want to have to be killing my hand to pour it in. Probably a teaspoon, like maybe quarter to a half a teaspoon. I'll do half. There we go. Okay. Let me just mix this one more time. Now you don't want it so runny that it won't stay on the cupcake, so be careful when you're adding extra. I'm going to give it one more stir around, and then we're going to finish up here. Okay. This is perfect, you guys. If you make these, please comment below how it went for you and how yours came out and what you would change. I just love hearing from you guys, and I would like some feedback on some of our recipes, all of our recipes really. Alright, so now I'm going to add my freeze-dried strawberries. Try and get everything out that I can since I'm short a little bit. Believe me, it's not going to matter. These are very intense flavored. Okay, now I'm just going to fold those in, mix them in. I think I'm going to put my whisk on and try my whisk at this. Let me do that. Let's get my whisk here. Dry it off. Okay. When you're baking, you always have to improvise. If something doesn't go right, just go ahead and try something else. The main thing with baking is you just have to follow the ingredients to a T or it won't come out. It's a science. With cooking, you can do whatever you want with cooking. That's better. Yeah. Alright, this is still very, very hard. Let me add a little bit more milk to mine. Fantastic. Just getting all the strawberry stuff off the bottom. There's still some white streaks in mine for the butter. Alright, now we're going to put that to the side just for a minute. Once your cupcakes have cooled, if you have a cupcake core, go ahead and use that. I don't. So what I'm using is a large tip bottom. All I'm going to do is go halfway down, kind of turn it as you go down. Okay. Try to get that out. Okay, and then what I do is I take the tip of a knife and I just gently clean out the hole halfway down. And by the way, I only got 14 cupcakes out of this, so if you need to double, go ahead and double it. Okay, and then you have a hole like that. Do one more. You just take the corner of your knife, it'll come right out. Okay. Alright, now we're going to fill our bag with our cream. Make sure that we put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes. Okay. Oh! Did it wrong. Oh no, I can do it this way. It's fine. Okay. Sorry guys, I was going to use the tip, but I probably won't need to. This is still very runny. I'm not real thrilled with it, but it is what it is. Alright, so I'm going to cut the tip off. And I'm just going to fill the middles. Pretty even with the top of the cupcake. These are going to go back in the refrigerator once we frost them, so don't worry about this setting up. It'll set up. Okay, now, done with that. Let me just wipe this one off a little bit, got a little bit too much on there. Okay, now we'll use our tip. I'm using a different tip. I'm going to see how it works. I think it'll be fine. As you can see, I use the cup to help me get my frosting in. I just put my hand in like that, pull my hand out, push it in, push it around. Just make sure it's good to go. And I'm going to put my frosting in here. I am actually going to try one cupcake with the top put back on and see how it does. I just want to see what it looks like. I decided to put the little hole things back in, but be careful so it doesn't come, this filling doesn't come out around your cupcake. If it does, just take a light napkin and go around it, or just take your finger and wipe it off. So now I'm going to try this big tip. I've never used it before. Let's try it. So I have my tip in the bottom of my bag. I'm going to put my bag back over my cup. And you guys, just trial and error with the tips. My mom was a cake decorator, and I have all her tips, but they're so old that I can't read the numbers on them, or else I would tell you what I'm using. These I just got in a kit from Walmart. They had a sale over Christmas, and it has everything in the kit that you might need. Let me show you this. It's pretty cool. So it came with the cake scrapers and lots of tips, big, small, all kinds. Came with the couplers. I never use them. Came with the pastry bags, and this is to lock your bag in, but I don't need to use those either. It's just more stuff to wash for me. I don't need to do that. Alright, so now I'm going to put my frosting in my bag with the tip. Get as far down as you can. And like I said, I'm not sure what this tip is going to look like, but I'm not too concerned. It's going to taste amazing. This frosting and that middle strawberry thing is amazing, you guys. Alright, so now if you have enough in there, just kind of twist your bag and start putting it down. You'll see that my tip is starting to move down. Just keep pushing it down. Make sure it don't come out the top. We're almost getting there. The frosting might be just a little stiff, but it'll work. I had to work with it a little bit. I cut the tip so the tip is out, and you're going to start from the middle and work your way out. Just like that. Start in the middle, work your way out. And when these are done, I am definitely going to pop them into the refrigerator. Like I said, it's very warm here today. Alright, so here's our finished cupcakes. They look amazing. Now remember, put them in the refrigerator, and when you're ready to eat them, take them out about 15 to 20 minutes. Let them just get a little bit room temp, okay? So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you do you.